Hello friends and acquaintances, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about what I learned from India. I served in the Mother Teresa Homes in India. It's in Calcutta, and it's where Mother Teresa did most of her work. There's different homes throughout the city. I decided to work in Shantidan, which is the home for women with mental disabilities. And they are divided into two homes, sort of, even though it's the same home. It can be with the girls or with the women. And the girls are people who can't really take care of themselves. They need people to help them go to the bathroom and eat. And then the women know how to do those sort of things. Working at Shantidan was much more of a intense experience than I expected. I thought that I was picking one of the easier homes, and I felt kind of bad about it because everyone wanted to go into India and stretch themselves, and they had heard about the spiritual warfare and just the craziness that you encounter, and had been really hyped up by past trips. I thought I wasn't doing anything hard, you know, but then I got there and there were things that happened that I wasn't expecting to happen. Our last couple of days in Thailand, we started reading a book called Finding Calcutta by Mary Poplin, I think. I would highly recommend this book. She talks about her experience going to the Mother Homes, meeting Mother Teresa, and just how it changed her life. She loved Mother Teresa's work. She wanted to go there and write about that. She wasn't a Christian. She didn't want this to be focused around God, so she was just going to talk about the charity that Mother Teresa did. And she says in her writing that that was her intention originally. Then she went there and she saw how much of an impact God had in this work. Then she realized that if she didn't talk about Jesus and the work he's doing through her, through the volunteers and through the sisters and through Mother Teresa, she would be lying. She said, if I didn't tell you about Jesus and what he's done in my life, I'd be lying to you. And that just hit me, because I feel like so much of the time, I feel like, oh, you know, like, I can't talk about God, or like, I don't really want to talk about God, like, I know I should. There are certain things, like passions in my life, that I will just go on and on about, but like, God, I mean, And then I came to Concordia, and I saw these people who just would talk about God. It would come up in random conversation, and I wanted to be like those people because they were telling the truth about their lives. This is what I'm going through. This is what God is doing in my life and questions that I'm asking him. And so that started to motivate me, but of course, this was also during a time period when I was in a huge season of doubt. America is so rational, like, science is the answer, and just like, how do you know that Christianity is right when there's all these other religions in the world, and just, I don't know, just a bunch of different doubts. I would say my faith was stagnant just all of high school, and I kept being told, like, you can have a real relationship with God, like, that's the whole point, like, Jesus wants to have a relationship with you, but I just kind of kept procrastinating it and putting it off, and it went up and down, you know. I wasn't like a complete heathen or anything. We met a man called Carlton, and he has a restaurant in Calcutta. He also has a ministry to help people on the streets called the Lord Jesus Christ Ministry, which I will be linking information to his ministry down below. And they're also looking for a church to sponsor them in America somewhere so that people can get tax, like, refunds and all of that good stuff. Something that I learned from talking with Carlton was not to procrastinate my relationship with God, because I realized that I had been doing that, and I really wanted a relationship with God, and I don't know that I quite said it. Well, maybe I did, because India was when I first realized I was being more honest with myself and trying to be more honest with God, because there was this focus on prayer and that you can talk to him about anything, and I had done that in the past, but then it kind of fell off into maybe I'm just talking to myself, like, am I crazy? Like, I don't really know. I'd like pray, but not continuously like I had been doing, and so India was a chance for me to remind myself that that needs to happen. Carlton has a lot of wisdom, and I wrote some of it down in my journal that I just looked over, and there's a lot of good nuggets that I've forgotten about, but something that I was reminded of recently and that stuck with me, that Jesus will walk with you to the gates of hell, but he says that hell was not made for you, and whenever you want to turn around, we'll turn around. I don't know about you, but yeah, I need to hear it, because God is a gentleman, and he pursues you, and he will walk with you. And if you want to go to the gates of hell and go down the wrong path, or go down the path of despair, he's still there. He's still going to be with you. And when you decide, wait, this isn't for me, like I'm a child of God, and hell was not made for me, he's right there with you to turn you back around and walk towards the kingdom of heaven and towards his kingdom. In Calcutta, there's this roll shop that we would walk to, basically like naan, and then they put like chicken and eggs and like vegetables, or like this spicy sauce, whatever you want in it. You gotta wait for them to make it, and sometimes it takes a while, especially when there's like 10 people ordering. So anyway, I was sitting on the curb, or on a chair by the curb, and I was just thinking of, why do I think that evil has to win? I feel like all my life I've just assumed that because of the fall, evil has to win, you know, because we have death, we have diseases like cancer and things like this. We're trying to find a cure for cancer, but like, are we really gonna find a cure? I used to think, no, like we can't find a cure for cancer. I did Relay for Life. Like, it's good to have hope. Deep down I was like, I don't know. I feel like because of the fall, the world says that evil has to win. Why did I think that? That is such a lie that the devil wants us to believe, that the devil's kingdom is like winning in this world, and sometimes it seems like it is, but you know what, like we know who has the victory at the end. Jesus died and rose again, and he has already won. He will win in the end, and he wants to help his children and save his children on the earth right now. He doesn't just want to save them at the end of the age. There is hope. Justice can be served here on earth as well as in eternity. There were days I had to get up early. I would not really want to go to service, but then I got there and all the girls are like sitting or like walking around, and they're all like, "Auntie, Auntie," and their smiles just light up the room when they see you, and you go and you greet them, and it's like, wow. But then there were also times when I was just trying to be present, and I just prayed, Lord, help me love these people. Sometimes like just like approaching a woman who was sitting on the sidelines, like didn't really speak, because some of them are really animated and it's great, and some of them just keep to themselves, which if I was there I'd probably do that too. And like the ones who keep to themselves love it when you approach them, and they'll talk to you in Bengali or Hindi, and you don't know what they're saying, but like if you're attentive and you can like know the body language a little bit, and like, I don't know, just get the idea of what they're saying, I don't know, but just like listening, and even if you can't understand them, it means so much to them, and it's like, and it means so much to me too. Like, I don't know, I'll probably never forget like this woman who was just telling me things about her life. Something that we learned in India was what a privilege it is to be invited into someone else's suffering, and to share in that common struggle of humanity. Life, it's crazy and it's hard. That's why God created community. Like, we have each other to help get through that. We have him to help get through that. And we are here to serve each other. Also, something in Finding Calcutta was the idea that you see these people you're serving as if they were Jesus. And I know that's like in the Bible. It talks about like, what you do unto the least of these you do unto me. And at the end when he's separating the sheep and the goats, like, did you clothe these people? Did you feed these people? Like, if you did, then you did it to me. And that's what Jesus is saying. There was a time when I really took that to heart. Then after that, I kind of brushed that off. Like, I know these people, and that's not Jesus, that's Trevor. And so I tried to go into Shantidan with that mindset that I'm serving Jesus, and Jesus is in these people, and what I'm doing to them, I'm doing to him. Then I wanted to also have that be applicable to the people that I do know, who it's like easier to be like, I know you, and I know that you're a human being and not God. Serve everyone as if they were Jesus. Like, that's what we're called to do. Also, something I was reminded of in India is how much I love to just be silly and have fun with people and just dance randomly, and you know, because when you're working in a mental ward and you don't really speak much of the same language, like that kind of thing, like just randomly like making weird faces or like dancing, like, and going all out. That's so fun, guys. Like, that's so fun. That is like cross-culturally so fun, I think. And I just love to do it. So if you see me on campus, just like start being like, and I'll know you watched this video, and I'll just be like, back, and we'll have a weird, fun moment. I like doing weird things because then it makes life more interesting and fun. Anyway, this is more, I guess, about the revelations I had than the service that we did. I do have a lot of stories from Shantidan. If you want to hear more about those, let me know. My friend Tiqi made a video about our service in the Mother Teresa Homes, and it goes through about half the team. I will be linking that in the description as well. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye, friends and quins. We served in the Mother Teresa Homes. Why did I say it that way? That was weird inflection. I'll probably look at this and be like, oh, this is so terrible, and I'm wasting time again. Like, there's a truck. I don't know if you're hearing that. This'll be so fun.